according to this new leak, we're going to be getting a new Pokemon game on the Switch 2 next month, so in July of 2025, and this one is pretty crazy, and honestly, I think you guys are going to be super hyped for this. Before I tell you guys what it is, I just want to say quick that I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers on the channel, so if you guys don't mind helping me reach my goal, I extremely appreciate it. So we're going to be getting a new Pokemon Colosseum game for the Switch 2 next month. According to this leaked info from Beat 'em Ups, who's a big Nintendo YouTuber, and he basically said that we're getting a Nintendo Direct next month. He won't tell us how he knows, but he claims that he knows his information.
There's going to be a Nintendo Direct next month. In July.
How do you know?
I can't tell you. I just said I can't tell you how I know. You know how I know, but I can't tell you how I know.
And supposedly we're getting a Pokemon Colosseum shadow dropped on the same day as the Direct. So that's obviously going to be next month. And if you guys don't know what a shadow drop means, that basically means that it's going to drop at the exact same time as the announcement, basically. So it's kind of like when they announce a new game in the Directs, and then at the end of the announcement, they say it'll be available later that day. And I think that's pretty interesting because we know that Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness are supposed to be featured in the GameCube expansion on the Switch 2. It's going to be interesting to see if they're referring to that, or if we're actually getting a brand new, maybe like an HD remastered game, or maybe it's going to be a new sequel in the franchise of Pokemon Colosseum, because we haven't had anything since the GameCube. I know Pokemon Battle Revolution was pretty similar, but it wasn't part of that same series as XD Gale of Darkness or Colosseum. If you guys have never played Pokemon Colosseum or XD Gale of Darkness, which I haven't played them either, unfortunately, and I mainly haven't been able to play them just because of the aftermarket prices on them right now. They're absolutely out of control, so I definitely wasn't going to be paying like $300 to play them, even if they're super good. That's just an absolutely insane price to me. So I'm definitely excited to see them come to the Switch 2 online. If we're getting a third installment in the series, that's going to be absolutely insane. But yeah, like I was saying, if you guys haven't played them, I've heard that these are probably some of the most difficult Pokemon games, as well as the Pokemon games with the most kind of dark and mature storyline, because obviously the stories in Pokemon games are usually really well done, but we can all admit that they're kind of like on the kiddie side, if that makes sense. So, you know, if these games really are kind of for more mature audiences, then I'd be pretty interested to see what that's like. Hopefully they would continue that if we get a sequel. And if you guys don't know, the reason for this is actually because Game Freak was not the ones who developed these games. It was a different company called Genius Sorority. They were also the ones who made Pokemon Battle Revolution. So that's why those games kind of look similar. So I'm curious to know that if we do end up getting a sequel for these games, that if this is the same company that's going to work on them, because in that case we could kind of assume that this game's going to be really good. So like I said, it's going to be super interesting to see what ends up happening. And I think this is really exciting news. Hopefully this ends up being legit. I wonder if this new Direct is going to happen before the Pokemon Presents, and then that way in the Pokemon Presents they can kind of give us some more info about it, or maybe it'll be vice versa where they kind of announce it in the Pokemon Presents and then drop it on the same day as the Direct. Maybe the Direct will be like a week after the Presents or something like that. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be super interesting to see what ends up happening if we end up just getting an HD remaster or maybe even a sequel. And like I said at the start of the video, I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers on the channel, so if you guys don't mind helping me reach my goal, I extremely appreciate you. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.